Hey guys, it's Chelsea from Get Polished, and I'm going to run through Blogger basics for you guys. So this is for anybody who's never really used Blogger and they're not very familiar with it. So this is what you'll get when you go to blogger.com. So this is the home page, and you'll find your blogs here. I have a ton because of what I do for a living, but today I'm going to be working with this beauty blog. So to access your blog, I always start by finding this little drop down arrow, and then I go to template. You can really go to any of those places and it's going to take you to your back end, what I refer to as the Blogger dashboard. So this is the Blogger dashboard, and from template you can see the preview of your blog, you can see the preview of your mobile site, and you can make changes to that, although as long as it's on, if you have one of our themes, as long as it's on the custom, you're good to go. And you would access the backup and restore from over here, so you could download your full template, and this would basically just create a backup of your template as it is today. If you were uploading a theme from us or someone else, you would upload it here. But I really just kind of want to address the basics of how to blog here. So to create a new post, you will find this post section right here, and when you click on it, you'll see all the posts that you've created, if you've created any. And to make a new post, you would just hit this button, New Post. And from here, this is the Blogger post editor. You could add your title here. You start blogging here, obviously. You can upload images by clicking this little image icon, and then you'll find your image and upload it. You can add labels over here. You can even schedule it if you don't want it to post right now. You could schedule it for the future, or if for any reason you needed to schedule it on a day previous that's already passed, you could do that as well. Permalink you probably won't mess with. Location probably didn't matter. You can turn comments off and on if you wanted to do that. And then one thing I do want to say quickly, do not use this button, or even really, you could use if you wanted to make headings, but I just tend not to touch any of these here. But what's going to happen is when you type whatever, you're typing your blog post here, and this font is not going to look good to you. Probably you're going to be like, well, hey, that doesn't look like the font that's on my blog template. So let me come over here and show you what I mean. So here's this font. This is for this particular template. This is the default font that's baked in, and this looks a little different than this font. Now the font that you'll see in the post editor is not the font that's going to appear once you post this post. So you're going to probably be tempted to come over here and use one of these, but these are no good. These will override the default font that's baked into your particular theme. So just leave it as is, even if it doesn't look like the font that you want. Just don't mess with these here, because it's going to override what I have created in my particular themes to be the default font, or if you're using somebody else's themes, what they've created or chosen to be their default font, it's going to override it, so don't use that. You can, bold, italicize, underline, you can do any of that, change colors, add links. This is a page break. We have actually a whole separate video about that that you can access, because it's kind of a long, separate thing to note. And then you can change your alignment over here and bullet points and things like that. So once you're done, you'll just hit publish, or you could save it if you want to just save it as a draft. And then you can go in here and edit any of your old posts later on. You could check it and hit revert to draft if you want something to no longer be published. You can access your labels here. And then over here, you'll see some stats, just like the time it was posted and who's viewed it and commented and things like that. And then if we go over here to our pages, this is separate from posts. So pages are the things that appear in your navigation bar. Now this isn't really a good example. So I'm going to show you one of our themes, our demos. Now this is our Love Charlotte theme, and it's got pages here that have been created. So for example, about, and you'll see this looks separate. It looks different than a post because it takes up the full page. Not all of our templates have that style applied to them. Some of them do look just like the regular posts, but regardless, the pages are separate. So if you want to make pages or things that go up here in your navigation bar, you would do that from this Pages tab. It's just like the Posts tab. It looks exactly like it. So you'll actually, instead of hitting this new post, you'll hit new page here to make a new page. But you create it exactly the same. It's the same post editor as you saw a minute ago in the post section. So if you want to add pages to your navigation bar, you're going to have to create them here, but then you're going to go to layout, and that's what we're going to look at next. And from layout, you'll find your pages gadget, and this is your navigation bar. So if you hit edit on that, you'll then see the pages that you've created, but by default, they won't appear in your navigation bar. So these are the pages over here on the left that you've created. And then list order, that actually means what is on your navigation bar. So I'm going to hit about, shop, contact, and then you'll see as I check those, they appear over here on the right in the list order. So that means that's what's going to appear now in your navigation bar. Now if you want to drag and drop, you can move those around. And then you could even, if you wanted to add an external link, so let's say you wanted to add a link to a shop that's not on your blog, you could even add an external link here, and then you would just name it and add the link here. And once you saved the link, it would end up showing up down here in the list order. So that's an easy way to add links instead of actual hard pages on your blog. So I'm going to hit save, and if we jump over to our blog now and refresh it, you'll see those pages now appear in my navigation bar. And next up, this is the layout. So this is basically this is the back end of your blog. So you'll see over here on the right where it says sidebar, these are your gadgets. So these are these items right here. So from here, you can drag and drop and change the order if you want. You can add new gadgets. You can look through Blogger's gadgets here. They have quite a few. So, if you wanted to add, let's say, follow by email, that's a little section that prompts your readers to subscribe to your blog by email. Once you're done, you'll hit Save Arrangement, and I'm just going to show you over here what happens. So now, did I pass already? Yeah. Now you can see I've got this little follow by email section. So you can play around with those gadgets that Blogger offers. And then if you wanted to make some modifications to your post space, you would do that from there, from blog posts. So like for example, I like to only have like 3 or 4 posts on each page. So I'm going to change that. Then you could change your date formatting here. And then most of this stuff, the rest of this stuff, we've actually kind of just baked into the code what shows in your post and what doesn't. But I am just going to go ahead and delete these because this is like Blogger's. Like I said, we baked this into the code, so these aren't going to show anyway. But I just wanted to show you what you can do there. And then you're going to see that date formatting up here change because we just changed that. And everything's looking good. So if I go back in here, you can add different things too to your footer. And then you can add a favicon here by just hitting edit and uploading one. But all of our themes do come with one, so you can use that. And then there's some other things in here that you can look at, like the comments section. You could work with your comments here. I can't even think of the word I'm looking for now. But you can do it right from your posts, or you can come to the comments section to see all the comments and reply to them and things like that. If you mess around with Google Plus much, you could play around in this area. Stats, these are just kind of some basic overview stats of your blog traffic. And then I don't really play around with any of this other stuff. But settings, you can also change some things over here. Your blog address, you could change, like if you wanted to add your own domain, you could do that there. Add authors here. If you have other people who like to contribute to your blog, you can add them there. And then posts and comments, you can add like a signature here if you had some signature code. comment location. Typically that's embedded, but some people like to have a pop-up window or a full page when the user clicks to comment. Just some different things that you can look around in here and play with, but nothing super important in any of this area here. If you did want to import old blog posts from somewhere else or back up your blog posts, you do it over here. So anyway, that is just kind of a brief overview and should hopefully give you some a good starting point if you're brand new to Blogger and you don't really understand how it works yet. So I hope that was helpful. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to shout. Thanks so much, guys.